Hello and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Camden, and I will be your speaker on this lovely night. Uh, Tonight, I would like for us to take some time to highlight and recognize NBA YoungBoy, not for only as a rap artist with all the musical accolades and records he has attained over the years, but also for the person and artist he is growing into. Starting with his upbringing, early rap career, hailing from the north side of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, which is one of the most dangerous, poverty, crime-stricken cities in the entire United States. Cantrell, also known as NBA YoungBoy's early life was far from easy, especially with having a father who was in and out of the prison system, and then eventually getting convicted to 55 years in jail. And also a mother who just wasn't very present in his early life due to certain circumstances. This, made him had led him to moving in with his grandmother, who became a mother figure to him, and they had developed a very close and strong relationship with each other. And sadly, with the passing of his grandmother and other traumatic events, that had led Cantrell to finding music and making music as a way to help deal with the pain and emotions he was going through. And with the help of a couple of his closest friends, he began skipping school and getting into the streets to help fund those studio sessions. And with only a notebook, pen, and microphone from Walmart, Cantrell would record some of his earliest mixtapes like Life Before the Fame, Mind of a Menace, and 38 Baby. These tapes were characterized by their extremely raw, authentic, rough, aggressive lyrics that depicted the streets of Baton Rouge as what it was. It was something that wasn't safe. Like, it was very gritty and rough, and that's what he spoke about. But even then, from these early studio sessions and songs, it really showed off. Control really showed off an incredible promise to, be probably the next, great coming out of the city of Baton Rouge, like, rappers like Boosie, Kevin Gates, Lil Fat, and Lil Webby. Then we go into, his early fame and evolution of his sound, and after in 2016, after releasing his 38 Baby project, that really helped blow him up from popular local rapper in Baton Rouge to one of the a rising star in the rap game. He was 17 years old, getting booked to perform at clubs and big concerts like Rolling Loud. Crazy thing was, almost his whole career was derailed because after a run-in with the law, and following that release, I think Control really saw like how you could be at the top of the world and just like that be knocked off, and that kind of made him gave him a reality check, and he put his career on overdrive. Drop a bunch of top 100 charting albums like AA YoungBoy, Until Death Call My Name, Realer, AA YoungBoy 2, and Top. And over the course of those 3 years, from 2017 to 2020, that dedication really helped put him out there as one of the best rappers out at the time. And with that rise in fame, we can see in those albums, you could really hear, the increased versatility of, from a rough, gritty street rapper to someone who wasn't afraid to put the raw, the emotions in their songs about, pain, heartbreak, death, and stuff like that. And I feel like that's, one of the reasons why, as an artist, he peaked so crazy at that time, was because it just simply wasn't that many rappers out at that time willing to do that, to show that raw authenticity and vulnerability. So, and for those efforts, he received his first and only Grammy nomination in 2022 for Best Melodic Rap Performance. And then going into this new era, after a full, pardon and release from his the current crimes he was, court case he was fighting, given the opportunity, given that chance of the chance of a lifetime, getting that full presidential pardon, he vowed to, move smarter, spend time with his family, his kids, and prioritizing, his health, so that the next time that he was ready to step in that booth, he could make some, be creative and help deliver good and quality music for his fans. And with him being fully released and not having probation, the people were kind of, is he going to go on tour for the first time in 5 years? So it was really kind of a crazy point at that time, and following the release of Massa, Make America Slime Again, his first album after being released from prison, Control and his team gave the people what they wanted and announced a nationwide tour named after the album. And this time, Control and his team, they went all out with the promotion. Like, this was it just honestly, it increased the hype 10 times. And the pre-sale, the live shows were getting, a lot of arenas were getting, tickets sold out. And so far, through the first 10 stops of the 45, Control has sold out each arena he has been to and received high praise for overall presentation, production, and performances. And this era post Control's latest president has truly exemplified his resilience, dedication to his craft, and ability to adapt. And I think it would, bring this to, and I think that's what was important for us to have this moment to, highlight some of these things and congratulate him, because seeing where he, Control had came from, being a 14, 15, 16-year-old kid from the hood of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, with the odds stacked against him, just trying to, make it to the next day, to now he's a multi-million-dollar record-breaking musician who has the world in his hands. And that's just really a testament to what it looks like to make the most out of, your second chances by, showing unrelenting hustle, ambition, and hard work, to help in order to make life better for yourself. And maybe not to that same extent, but I feel like we can apply that same level of determination to want better for ourselves in our own lives. Just how, no matter whatever, obstacle or roadblock that is placed in front of us, just like Control. And that is why I present to you Control Golden, also known as NBA Youngboy, the award for Most Influential Artist of the Year. Thank you, everyone. Good night.